वंशी विभूषितकरान्नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्ब फलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने. Welcome to the Friday scripture class. And today the scripture class is being done from the Ramakrishna Vedanta Ashram of Pittsburgh. So last time when I was here, that day also it was Uddhava Gita. So we are doing today Uddhava Gita class. And Uddhava Gita is beautiful scripture. Uh, it's a portion of the Bhagavatam where Sri Krishna teaches to Uddhava about the spiritual life. Uddhava himself was a great spiritual person, a very evolved spiritual person, very devoted to Sri Krishna. And when Sri Krishna was trying to culminate his life in the world as a human being and return to his abode, then Uddhava asked him, Lord, you are now living in this world. How will we live without you? You are our dearest being. You are our guide. You are our Easter. And to live without you is very difficult. So, without you, it's impossible for me to live. Please take me also with you. I don't want to retain this human body anymore. So, that was Uddhava's saying. Then Sri Krishna says, don't worry, Uddhava. Lead a spiritual life. I'll be always with you. And then he gives the teaching of spirituality to Uddhava. Very profound teaching about the spiritual life, how to make it. And in that said, Sri Krishna narrated to Uddhava in our previous classes, we had gone through how a Brahmin, he had 24 teachers from whom he learned the spiritual message. And the teacher were not the human beings. They were, even if they were human beings, they didn't teach him what to do. But observing their life and observing the nature, observing the animals and the flies and the honeybee and earth and the air, fire, etc. The Avadhuta, the Brahmin god, so many spiritual messages which guided him in his spiritual life, and he attained the highest spiritual truth. And today, this happened during Krishna's ancestor Yadu. Yadu had seen that, and Yadu followed what this Avadhuta had said. So here, Sri Krishna, today we finish that. Today we'll go to the next, how Sri Krishna is now guiding Uddhava himself, what to do to become a spiritual person. And as we know, Uddhava himself was a very spiritual person, but here, profound and very deep spiritual message Sri Krishna is giving to Uddhava. We are on chapter 5 of the book Uddhava Gita, the last message of Sri Krishna, translated by Swami Madhavananda. And on page 72, we the verse 5. Yamana Vikshnam Seveta Niyamatma Parakvachi Mad Avikyam Gurum Shantam Upasita Madatmakam. Sri Krishna says to Uddhava, intent on me, he should always attain, he means the devotee or the spiritual seeker, should always attain to the yamas and occasionally to the niyamas. He should serve the pacified teacher who has known me and has thus become one with me. So it is all about what should the spiritual seeker should practice, and what is his, how can he develop his spiritual awareness, level of his spirituality. So Sri Krishna says here that intent upon me. So that is very, very important. That God or Ishta is your goal, not deviating from Ishta. Trying to think of Ishta in all the things that we do. So that is intent upon me comes one thing. Other thing says, Seveta Niyamat, Seveta Niyamat Parak Kvachit. So, Yama and Niyama, all these Yaman Avikshnam Seveta. So, Yama is to practice Yama. So, one is Ishta is already chosen, love for God has developed. Then, lifestyle should be practice of Yama. Yama is two meaning. One is the god of death is also called Yama, but here Yama means some practices in our daily life, as it is found in the Raja Yoga. Yama ahimsa satya asteya brahmacharya aparigraha. Ahimsa, practice these things, he says. You have to practice. If you want to realize God, you have to devote it to me and give me the topmost priority to God, and then practice few things, more code of conduct, moral code of conduct in your life. What are those conducts? One is ahimsa. Practice non-violence. Don't injure anyone. Nobody should be affected by you. Nobody should be harmed by you. Non injury to others. Non injury to others in the sense, how does it develop me? So you should not bear any ill feeling towards other person. So that will be not injuring mentally, not having any ill feeling towards others, and also not disturbing others with harsh words. That is non-injury, practicing non-injury through speech. Never using harsh word that will make others sad or that will make others miserable. So that is, and of course, not physically harming anyone. So others is pain. When we are sweet in our speech and in our and pure in our thought, then it will be ahimsa practiced. So practice that ahimsa, he says. Ahimsa satyam. The five things for yama. Satya, always be established in truth. Everything should not deviate from truth. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, one who is practicing truthfulness is sitting on the lap of God, already close to God. So spiritual seeker has cannot have anything to do with falsehood or lie or deviating from truth. So retaining to truth in all conditions, no deviation from truth at all, is very important factor, one of the yama called satya. And the God, ultimate reality itself is called sat or satya often. So ekam sat vibra bahudha vadanti. The truth is one, the sat. So the reality, the truth, that is one. The reality or God is called truth. And that truth is manifested in our truthful behavior in this world. Hold on to truthfulness in every respect of your life. So that is another part you have to perform this yama, says Sri Krishna. Yaman avikshnam seveta. Without any fail, you have to practice this. Avikshnam seveta. Regularly, you have to practice this. So, not deviating from truth. So, if you give words to someone, try to follow that. Try to see that your words are kept. How Sri Ramakrishna was truthful. That he said once, I will go to meet another person, whole day forgot. At night, just before going to bed, he remembered, oh, I had said him I will go. It was already late at night. Then he called Hridaya and said, Hridaya, come, we have to go to that person's house in our neighborhood. Then Hridaya said, Uncle, it's already so late at night. They all might have gone to bed, slept. So, no, I had given words. At least I should do hard work to go there. So he took Hridaya and went, walking all the way to 15, 20 minutes at night. And when there, really the gate was closed, he put his foot inside the gate and said, Hello, I have come. So just to keep the words, he don't have any function, he will not meet the person. But to keep the truthfulness, he did so much of work. That Sri Ramakrishna, everything. Once he said someone to bring one pot to him, and he needed that pot, water pot. And seeing that he needs water pot, other person took that water pot to Sri Ramakrishna. He was a little away. 3-4 minutes away. And when Sri Ramakrishna saw another person bringing, he said, "No, I asked that person to bring. I cannot use this water. Take that back and ask him to send, him to bring that to me." So, like that was Sri Ramakrishna's truthfulness, everything. That's called Satya. So, trying to keep the words and trying to follow the truthfulness in our life in everything. So, there is one joke on this. So someone Swami told this joke. One person was coming from India during this summertime, and to meet his relatives here, his son and grandchildren and all that. And in India, mangoes are found. At that time, mangoes were not available in the US. So he was a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Now he comes to the customs and passport control, and they says, "Have you got anything to declare?" He said, "Nothing to declare." Then this passport control officer asked. They knew that the people coming from India during that season would invariably bring, whenever they come to meet their relations, they will bring mangoes because mangoes are very dear to the people. They miss having mangoes here in mango season. And then he categorically asked, "Have you brought mangoes?" Now he is a devotee, so he cannot say no. And if he says yes, that mango will be thrown away. He was very much wants it to give to his children and grandchildren. What a compromise he thought, what to do this. He cannot say no, he's a devotee of God. He cannot say yes, he cannot, mango will be thrown away. Then what he did, he says, "Oh, mango, ha 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 ha." He didn't say yes or no, nothing. So, like that, some trick he did, but he didn't deviate from the truth in the sense he just hid the truth that he had brought mango because he knew before coming also, if he declares it, it will be not allowed, he will not allow. One person like that had brought mangoes in Austin. So the person himself told me for his grandchildren, two mangoes from his tree that was grown in his field, in his orchard. And at the airport, at the Austin airport, they checked this fruit, and the officer then said, "No, you cannot take this." Then he pleaded to the officer, "So, sir, madam, I have brought it for my grandchildren. They may see it. Only two they will eat and throw, not much. I'm not business, nothing." Then officer was also very kind, and she said, "I understand your attitude. I understand your feeling. But if I allow you to take this, my job will be gone. I will be fired. I will be missing my duties. Do you want my job to go by be fired by you taking these two mangoes?" Then he said, "No, no, I don't want that." And that was removed, and he could not take. But it was all praise for the officer that she didn't allow him to carry the mango to his children and grandchildren. Like that, truthfulness there also. Like that, truthfulness to be retained as much as possible. And often we compromise with truth almost in life, so many things. You are not sick and you call sick because a relative or friend has come. Yeah, "Oh, I'm feeling sick today, I'm not going to office." Call sick. It has been so common. You don't think it is even not really truthfulness. But that is also a thing. If you say there is no other way, you have to take off, then you say, "I am sick." So how to make ourselves truthful? Those who are very staunch follower of truthfulness should find some way out that you are not telling the truth, and they try to serve that. Either you say to the people, to your manager that my friend has come, can you grant some off day today? Or then tell your friend, "No way that I can be with you. You be here, then I will entertain you when I come back from office. Maybe I will tell my officer, my manager to relieve me a little earlier." So like that, but not saying that not sick, and you say, "I am sick." And you can compromise many sick. Yes, I am for my friend's sake, not really physically sick, but mentally very worried for my friend. And you can take it like the mental sickness or something worrying. So it is a kind of sickness that I'm not that peaceful and I want to entertain that. And sick according to the relationship, suppose it is wife, some relative. Wife's brother has come. Then wife will be angry if I do not entertain. Like that, that is worry and that is a kind of sickness. But that is compromising the truth. Like that person's laughing mango, ha 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 ha, like that thing it will be. So, but those who are staunch follower of truthfulness, they will not compromise that. They will compromise with all the things, make the things available. But when one is so devoted to truth, not deviating, somehow God helps to them. Somehow God helps to them. You see, Sri Ramakrishna's father himself, he was so truthful person. All false allegations were brought against him because he didn't give a false witness, and he had to give up his home and heart from his village. He was removed by false case against him, and a big land he had. He had a good life he had. He didn't mind taking all the troubles with going away from his house to unknown place where he goes. He doesn't know who will support him. Nothing was there. But he left. Nevertheless, he didn't compromise with truth at all. And then he was gone away. And then a friend in nearby village called Kamarpukur, his friend was there. He said his truthfulness everybody knew and the people admired. And he said, "Come and stay with me. I'll give you a small piece of land that will be enough for you to grow food, whatever you need. And that will be my gift to you." You see, friend giving some land out of without any money, that itself is God's grace. And because he was so truthful, he was ready to sacrifice all comforts and all that. God came to his house as his son. Sri Ramakrishna was born. And that Sri Ramakrishna tells this story to the people. You see, my father was so truthful, how much he was respected in the village that he adopted later on, Kamarpukur. When he went through the streets, people in the shops would stand to respect him. He was moneyless. He had been just came as a refugee in the village. But so much of respect, honor he got because of his character. The Satya, if you have that, you get over all the other problems with life. So if you are so truthful, your wife will not expect that you will take off a day off for her brother. That you will say, okay, we don't have to do, and somehow I will manage him. Like that, the things come when we're truthful. Ahimsa satya asteya. Asteya is not having, not stealing is the word, not stealing. So you can even explain that, not having greed for anything. So you don't even covet, if I could have that. That is a finer sense of greed, a finer sense of stealing. So not even that. Ahimsa satyasya brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is control of the senses. You control your senses. You do whatever the mind says. You don't go for that enjoyment of like that. So control of the senses. That's called brahmacharya. That comes one of the four yamas. The fifth of the yama is aparigraha, not keeping things more than you need. Whatever you need, keep that. Don't just accumulate the things. Non-accumulation. The actual word is not accepting the gift. That is the word. Aparigraha means gifts. I don't want any gift. I don't want anything to accept. That is a part of yama. So, but sometimes some situations come. You have to, if you do not accept the gift, then you become rude. And rudeness is a kind of himsa again. It becomes like himsa. So, how to manage the politeness and yet not to accept the gift? So, once you see Swami Turiyananji, someone gave, when he had come to the West, someone gave him a silver spoon. Now, Swami Turiyananda said, "What will I do with the silver spoon? I'm a monk. I don't need these valuable things." So then I want to return that. When he saw the gift in the evening, so his landlady, with whom he was staying, he said, "Swami, you should not return. It will be too rude to return the gift someone has given out of love and respect and admiration for you. Then what do I do with the thing? I'm a monk. I don't want to use silver spoon to eat the things." So don't use, just keep it, just leave it. But you don't have to use it, you don't have to return it. It becomes rude. So like that, some things should come in compromise. How to not accept a gift. Also, aparigraha also means, you see, the monks, we also accept so many gifts. One is that not being dependent on gift for something. Oh, if I could get this thing, it's so cold in the winter. If someone could give me a shawl, a monk can say. Householders do not have that problem. Monks don't have a warm thing. If I could get a warm shawl in the winter, that becomes not a parigraha. This desire itself is a parigraha. So a parigraha, not desiring anything, always depending on God. That's why he said, he has to be intent on me. So these are the things practicing. And sometimes he said, occasionally practice niyama. So it doesn't say practice yama and niyama in Raja Yoga, yama and niyama are the part of life. So I don't know why he says practice occasionally niyama. So niyama is sauja santosha tapa swadhyaya iswara pranidhana. Purity and contentment and austerity, um, and sauja santosha tapa austerity, Ishvara pranidhana, and surrender to God. So occasionally, though it means, but those are also the qualities that we have to perform for if we want, as much as we want progress in our spiritual life. And then he says, next time he says, Mad avidyam gurum shantam upasita madhatmakam. And then comes about the Guru, his devotion to Guru. His priority, his goal is Ishta, God. But how will he get God without devotion to Guru? What type of Guru? Mad avigyam Guru. One who knows me, that is who has found me. And he is Shantam. He is pacified, means peaceful. When we become Shanta, when our mind does not hanker for anything, that is the sign of Shanta. Mind has gone to that state that it doesn't hanker for anything or is not afraid of anything. Just tranquil mind, peaceful mind. The quality of Guru should is he is peaceful, he knows about me, and Mad Atmakam, and also he has found identity with me. Guru was is a high ordeal. To such Guru, Upasita, being devoted to that Guru, to should serve rather, Upasita, should serve the pacified teacher who has known me and has thus become one with me. Tato mam tattvato gyatva vishate tadanantaram, says Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. So after by bhakti, he will know me. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. By devotion, great attraction, attachment, by love, true love for me, he will know me. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Yavan yes chasmi tattvata. You know me by truth, who and what I am, what is my real nature. Just by bhakti he will know. Just by love he will know me. And not only know me, tato mam tattato jnato. After knowing me, then he will enter into me. What is that entering into God? Becoming one with God. Nothing else remains in his awareness other than God. That is entering into God. So that's what he said. He has become one with me. Madatmakam. So these are the qualities of the spiritual seeker, devoted to Guru, practicing self-discipline and all moral and ethical code of conduct in life, and yet intent on me means he knows that Ishta Chinta is always there. So all the spiritual practice is already told in this. Beautifully Sri Krishna says. And still he will explain in few further verses, verse number 6. Amani amatsaro daksho nirmamo drida saurita asattaro vidyasu anasuyu ramo kava. He says, what are the other characteristics of the spiritual seeker? So how should he live? Some other qualities he said. Amani. Amani doesn't seek any respect or honor, or he is without any pride. Amani means pride. Mana means pride. Amani means without any pride. He should be free from pride. So often we have pride comes from ego. Ego comes from some idea that I have or some position that I think in my life. Either you think you should be respected, you should be honored, you are this thing in the house, and some expectation come like that. You come from office and you see your wife should open the door after you press the doorbell immediately, and if it is late by like say 3-4 minutes, then you become why so late? I'm waiting outside in the court. Might be she had gone to washroom or some busy thing was there. She was in upper floor, and you cannot stand it. They are all of the sign of pride that I should be entertained as soon as I come. So that type of thing, some asking for extra thing. Amani is nothing asking. You are late, fine. Something was there with you. Trying to understand the person from others' point of view, not from your needs. So there are many compulsion in others' life, and understand that and, and accept those things. Be one with all, not only I think that those who seek, who are proud, they always are self-centered. Everything has to be centered around them. And if in office he will be not like that, but in home he seeks that way. When he comes here, everything has to come around him. So people have to come, and wife has to ask, "Do you need a cup of tea or coffee?" Immediately, and you will not ask about coffee. Are you having headache? How are you today? Nothing of that. But all attention has to be upon him because he has gone to office and work and coming in the winter time, and forgetting that wife, perhaps he is a housewife, and works so much in the house. And sometimes even the working wife also, they expect, husbands expect that she also come from work. She's also tired like you. But somehow that type of, that's all money. That's so wrong of the person. So this wife and husband may be reversed. Husband, wife may come and wife may expect husband has to do the same thing. So it may money is for all. Do in example we say wife and husband. It can be to anyone. So Amani will not expect anything from others. So no pride that I am this, I work. No, all behind that, there are you seek honor and focus, and you seek your attention of the people in that. Always in the mind that I work so much, I work hard, I earn money. I like that thing. That is so wrong to think. Everybody works in this world. Nobody lives without work. And everybody earns something, some money. Everybody is contributing. What you will do if you do not earn money? That's what everyone has to do. So to say that I do so much, people think in the mind, and that reflects in the action like that, and suddenly they flare up and become angry, like that thing happens. So there should be no self-centeredness, no pride. That's it. Amat Saru, that another quality, is to free from jealousy. This jealousy, that another word will come here at the end. Jealousy is feeling threatened by for some position. That's called jealousy. Someone comes, a friend, and you have friendship with another person. Then you are threatened. Oh, my best friend now he's with that. Maybe he will leave me because of that friend. So you become jealous of other friend. So your position is threatened, as it were, by other person, and that negative reaction you have towards the friend of a friend. So because he's coming in his life, your friend will have less friendship with you and may go with that. This type of thing is called jealousy. Feel threatened in jealousy. So not being, all these are the mental makeup. It doesn't happen that way. Mind starts thinking in that way. So such person will not have jealousy at all. So free from jealousy. If we are centered in God, all this quality doesn't happen. Swami Swahananji, one person after monk asked himself to Swahananji, you are so wonderful, Swamiji. You are a great orator, wonderful organizer, writer, and what a wonderful behavior. People just come to you. Whenever people are in trouble, they come to you for spiritual solution. Even for many things, people go to you and you help them. Everyone, those who come to you, nobody has been returned by you that I cannot help you. No, you've never said. Such is your magnanimity. You have been the extraordinary monk, the ideal monk, and such a running a center like the Hollywood Vedanta Society is not a joke. It's a very difficult and big center, huge center in the West. And how do you manage all that? What is your special quality that makes you so unique among the monks of our order? He said, no, no, it is nothing. If you love Thakur, if you love Sri Ramakrishna, everything comes. That was a simple answer. Love God, and all good qualities will come. All those you said will be there. Whatever you need, God will provide. And if you do not have that, you don't need to do that. If you are a lover of Sri Ramakrishna, lover of God, and perhaps you are not a very good speaker, that means you don't have to bother for being a very good speaker. Whatever you are doing, be kind, be loving for others, and do the Lord's work. Don't have any pride and always think it is God's power that is making me do whatever I am doing. So by that way, by loving Sri Ramakrishna, you will get all the things, nothing else. So here also, how to become free from jealousy, how to become free from pride, nothing. Just love God, intent on me. That's what Sri Krishna says. That is the thing. Then Daksha. Daksha is able. Who is daksha is skillful, able in every action he does. So he should, when you put your whole mind in the work, the work becomes as much as better it can be do. Daksha is that trying to put your full mind in the work you do. That's why the skillfulness is also a part of karma yoga. Karma yoga is the work done without attachment to the fruits of action, but not without focus on the work. It has to be done fully with full focus. That's what is called daksha, skillful. Um, so that's what here he said. You have to be daksha. You have to be put full mind on the work you perform. That's the kind of what you call quality, spiritual quality. Another comes nirmamo. Nirmama means not having mama, without the thought of myness. Nirmama in the colloquial language is not a good word. In Bengali or Hindi, nirmam means he had no feeling for others. Very hard, hard-hearted, stone-hearted person is called nirmama. But Sanskrit nirmama means not feeling as my, having not attachment towards anything. You don't possess anything. You don't possess anything and anyone. This is my son, this is my house, this is my car. No possession for anything. We have our children, we love our children, no doubt. You say that's my son, but there is no attachment for the children and no feeling that he is my son only. Instead of saying our son, sometimes you get a lot of praise about the son. Your son does so wonderful chanting, or he's such a bright in class, and he's so good in conduct, he never tells a lie. So, Swami, you don't know how much I had to train him. So, mother will say, what him you train, your father, your husband also trained. They forget completely. I trained. So, both husband and wife raised their children at the time. So, all credit she wants to take herself. So you don't know how much I had to train to him. So, like that, we try to take all praise upon ourselves, and because we when someone is praised, my son is so good. One Swami was saying, and they asked one, uh, they forgot to give tiffin, the snacks to the children for the area, and so the daughter had to go quickly to school. And her neighbor was going to give snacks, and she said to her neighbor, newly she had moved to new place, and can you give to my daughter also the snacks? And he said, sure, I can give, but how will I recognize your daughter? I'm not seeing her. Oh, you will see there the brightest and the best. Lord, you will say, that is my daughter. That type of, because not that daughter is brightest and best, but it's because it is my daughter. That my is emphatic. Emphasis is on my daughter. So like that comes my thing. And Nirmama says, are not mine, no feeling of mine. All are good, all are wonderful. So like that the thing often we do. Nirmamo Dhrida Saurita, firmly devoted to the Guru. Again, it means Guru. The word said is Saurita from Surid. Surid is the person who has a good heart. Surid is from heart, and Sur is good. The one who has good heart is Surid, and towards that good-hearted person is Saurida. So Saurida, who is the good-hearted person, is Guru. Teacher is, and Surid is such a, it's a friend. Mitra, Surid, Bandhu, all are terms for the friend. So Surid is that quality of the friend which only thinks good about others. The good-hearted friend, person. So he doesn't want anything for himself or herself, only for other, for his or her friend. That person wants good. That call is called Surid. And Guru is that way. Guru wants only good of his or her disciples. That's why he's called Saurida. Sri Krishna here says, for Guru he uses the word Saurida. Asatvara. What is the quality he says? That is Asatvara. Asatvara is who not hasty. So that is one spiritual quality, says Sri Krishna. Not hasty in doing the things. Often we are very hasty and we want to, in spiritual attainment also, we are very hasty. We expect things to come very quickly. I had the initiation 6 months and they say the mantra will be seen in golden letter. Nothing came, Swami. What mantra you gave? No golden letter, not even silver letter has come. So what to ask of the golden letter? So like that, the things come. The firefly come, anything we know firefly coming and all those things, and they say all will become concentrated, the mind, you'll forget yourself. And when I sit for meditation, I remember more about my mind, and I feel that there are so many bad things we have never had. Now I find so many bad thoughts coming to me. Is it by the mantra that you gave? Like that, doubts often come. Doubts often come. It should be good. No good is that, rather bad thing is happening because of the mantra, it seems. So without understanding, earlier you never thought to try to study your mind. Now you are studying your mind and find how difficult it is to read. Now we are going into the depth of your mind and find whatever is hidden there, lying in the subconscious mind. That so many other things are there. Slowly they are going and coming to my surface and going away. But that is supposed to be that way. So here it says not hasty. So slowly things, patience is a great quality. Patience is great here. Patience, not hasty, means one way. Patience, not only in spiritual practice, but in everything in life, the things will be there. We often get very impatient for the things. Um, and in Bengali, we use the word hardbor. One Swami used to say that, that we have many monks here who are, some are very, they want to do very quickly the thing, very hasty. Some are just talk and many things. And someone, he says, we are here like Hadbadananda. And Tadbadananda. Some are Tadbadananda, some are Hadbadananda. Some just want to speak very quickly. Some want to do finish the things very Hadbadananda. Then the one whom he was talking, he said, Sarvarananda Swami, whatever your thing. So just I was saying, oh, I am not Vodananda. He was elderly Swami and difficult to stand. I'm not very steady in stand. I am not Vodananda. So our Swami should not be like that. Our Swami should be Tyagananda, Dhyanananda, Dhairyananda, and Dhyanatmananda. Like that should be our Swami. More steady and meditative and peaceful and with fortitude and patient. Like that should be the quality of a monk. He was saying. He was making fun of. He used to make fun of himself. So you must have heard this story. You will know the Swami later on. So he's from very senior Swami for all. He just was very, very what do you call, witty. Swami was very witty. So not hasty. And then he says, Artha Jigyasu. Now, he Jigyasu wants to know. We all want to know something. This seeking for knowledge is always there in everyone, more in the children. And that should be there, Jigyasu. And if that is not there, we have already become old. Nothing to know. Nothing you are eager to know. Whatever is there, okay, that's fine. So those who are very livelihood, had the mind of a child, they will be eager to know the things. You see this wonderful plant, you see this plane going like that. Many things that you are just very knowledge, general knowledge. And here, Artha Jigyasu is not saying about knowing everything in the world, but Artha Jigyasu means know who wants to know the meaning. What is Artha? Artha is the what scripture want to say. Here, Artha is the truth. Seeker of truth is called Artha Jigyasu. Artha meaning, this, what it represents, that's called meaning. Like say chair. Chair is the word. What's its meaning? Meaning is this. This is the meaning of the chair, that what you see. But what the word, the sound represents is the artha. Otherwise, word and meaning. Real meaning is what the object of the word is. So, artha, the total meaning of the total universe, of this creation. What is the meaning of this creation? The meaning of this artha, of this whole universe, is God, the truth, the source. That is the artha. So here, artha jigyasu wants to know the truth. Is called artha jigyasu. Anasuyu, another word comes. Um, Free from envy. Another word came. Free from jealousy was earlier, now free from envy. Difference between jealousy and envy. Jealousy, as I said, being threatened from others that you will lose what you have. That's called jealousy. And the negative reaction that brings to your mind, doubt and fear that brings jealousy will bring. And what is envy? Envy, someone has something, you want to have that. You feel very, that person has that, I should have that. Why that person has that? When you say that, there used to be one advertisement of one TV in India when it came, new TVs were coming. It was called Onida TV. Those who are of older generation, they will know. They used to say, owner's pride and neighbor's envy. So neighbor will be envy if you have Onida, and you will be proud. Both are non-spiritually negative. But for advertisement, that's worldliness. You are proud that you have Bonita TV, and your neighbors will be jealous. That you become proud that they will be jealous. So envy is not a good thing for ourselves, because envy is trying to have the thing that others have. Envy is more, it's a concrete greed. Greed, a sort of greed, in very concrete sense, is a envy. Others have, I do not have, and you feel that not only greed, but the negative reaction that brings to your mind, and you are sleeping. Oh, that person got, my neighbor got that. I don't have this. You see the car, instead of feeling happy, your neighbor had a simple car, Toyota Corolla, and one day he brings Mercedes, BMW. Then you should feel happy that neighbor has now good car. But oh, this friend got a Mercedes and I have not even gone to Subaru. I'm still in Honda Civic. So you feel so envious of his having the thing. Immediately upon yourself. Feel happy that someone has got in your neighborhood, he has got a nice car, looks nice, and you feel happy for that. This non-enviousness will make you happy for people having anything. Hmm? That will make you really happy for things that are achieved by in the world. So someone plays wonderful. You support your team and football on your match of your um, but some other person in other team plays well. You are not saying, "Oh, that person ruined our match." You say that played so wonderful. He was to that team was to win. Such a wonderful. You become so happy in everything. Your team loses, still you are happy. We're saying the enjoying the match. So like that happens when you are not envious. When you are envious, everything other did, then you will say in cricket, you will say umpire did something wrong. Oh, he was not out and he gave it out our team. That's why God. This all comes from enviousness. They got the cup and we couldn't get the cup like that. So envious is more of not having, more of having samadristi, equanimity, and then you enjoy the world. You enjoy the success of others. You enjoy. There were I was in a school in Purulia, and then two students were sent to Kolkata, our province's headquarters, and they had gone for a competition, and the two students. And when they came back, I was there and saw. And one of them was so happy, came, got down from the vehicle, and he was jumping. Swamiji, my friend got the prize, first prize. That friend was so happy. The one who got was calm. But one who didn't get, he was so happy. That is a lack of envy, freedom from envy. That both have gone to for the same prize though, competing with each other, competing with other students of the school. That is so spiritual quality, being happy in everything. We have to learn to keep ourselves happy and joyful in all the situations. When we are free from envy, we can become happy in all the situations. Sometimes what happens, you see some feet, some government does, some country does. When you are free from envy, anybody in the world will praise, oh, India went there to the south pole of moon. So they will all be praising, wonderful work humanity has done. So if you are envious, oh, India went to South Pole of the moon first, and we couldn't go yet, and that should be little thing for the scientists to work upon, but not praising someone who did, and taking humanity as a great our own family. Any achievement by the any human person anywhere is my achievement, and it comes all from the sense of feeling oneness with others. Swami Yogatmananda once gave a talk on how to become a celebrity. It was a very fascinating topic. I met him and asked, Swami, what did you say about how to become a celebrity? So it must be very interesting for others. He said, no, nothing. I just tell him at the end, you are already a celebrity. That is, whoever is celebrity is not different from you. It is the same Atman, same person. Why you think that is he and he or she, or you are separate and different? Try to feel oneness with everyone. You have already become celebrity. So that was so wonderful answer of Advaita, oneness with all. When we have oneness, then envy is not there, and there is joy in everything and the achievement of others. So Onirati we would fail in that case. I mean, Onirati will not be able to say anything. And another is Amogavad. The translation given is and not given to unnecessary talk. So these are the things when we have we talk a lot, and sometimes we talk mostly by sometimes. Mostly we talk that are not necessary. If we observe and say, I will not talk anything that is that will really do good to others, that is really important. You will find whole day when not talking at all. You will not find anything that is important and do something good. So you just keep quiet. Mostly we talk just for talking's sake. Not that talking is bad, but what happens is in talking of unnecessary things, we miss chance to think of what we should think. We miss the chance to share about what is meaningful and spiritual, and we go on talking of something else. We were with yes, we talked later on about that, and the person said one day I was with one devotee house, and the person said was little some criticism, and her husband said, "Oh, why you are talking ill about others?" I think they had already said we will not talk ill about anyone else. And I liked it so much. Husband immediately said, "Why are you talking something criticizing others thing?" So it was genuine criticism. But why should we talk that? It is not right. It was not correct. So this must be talk within these two. So that type of thing, not to talk, that is unnecessary talk. In Vedanta itself, in Upanishad itself, it is said, Anya vacho vimunchatha. So don't talk anya katha, anya vacha. When that is not useful, that is not beneficial. Avoid talking that. Talk only what is beneficial. As it is said, Satyam Briyat Priyam Briyat. Like that which is really beneficial, talk that. And often we miss this point and talk something ill about others. We say the Paraninda, Parachicha, criticize others. And that we say so sweet, we cannot just give up. It's so interesting to talk something about others. That whole our things are there. They say that Adam and Eve must have very little talks among themselves. So why are you saying that? Because there was no one else to talk about. We always talk about others. So whom will they talk about? So they didn't have perhaps spoke anything, talk anything. So um, so don't talk unnecessary talks. That's why he's saying. So amogha vak. So mita vak, some are talk little, some are said amogha vak. And Sanskrit, the Upanishad says anya vacho vimuchata. Free from talking about anya, something not related, not useful, not beneficial, not spiritual, like that. This is from talking that. So many important spiritual instructions Sri Krishna gave in one verse. So everything, if you practice, all others will come. So if you stop talking unnecessary thing, then you will see you are not talking any criticism about others gone. Your envy is gone. You cannot say share your if you have felt anything bad about. So often if we feel jealous or envious, this all become stronger by sharing with someone you say. you come to home and you are jealous of something, and you share that with your friend, with your spouse, and then says, "Oh, that person did that way." Then say or he strengthens you. No, that should be very bad because really it's a matter of concern. Why they is doing like that? And then you strengthen that or you think that way. So if you don't share, it's gone. It dies out. When you share, you retain more and you strengthen that idea. So just by not talking useless things, you come to that state. You come to follow other things. So, but these are the spiritual qualities that you should practice, says Sri Bhagavan, like Sri Krishna, to Uddhava. He's directly saying. And here it is more in the next verse, verse number 7 in this chapter. जायापत्य गृहक्षेत्र स्वजन द्रविणादिषु उदासीन समं पश्यन् सर्वेश्वर्त इवात्मनः. So he said, don't be attached to anything. And gives the details. We are of most strongly attached and feel as if my own is what? Jaya means wife. Here he says to Uddhava, that's why he said wife, and if you had said to Uddhava's wife, you would have said husband. So Jaya. So be Udasina is indifferent is the word given Udasina. You are not attached. You are not attached to anything that you hold so dear, but you are not attached to your wife or your husband. Jaya is the wife. And to whom the most first Sri Krishna start with the one who is closest of you. So for a householder, a spouse is the closest. So don't be attached. And when attachment, Swami Vivekananda very clearly described, attachment is not love. Attachment is mastery, making other person slave. It is a practice of slavery. With attachment comes forcing your own ideas. Whom you are attached, you try to dictate your terms, you try to dominate that person. You say, no, 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 you should do this, you should not do that, you have to eat this. And more you are attached, you mean the garb of attachment, saying it love, you try to force what that person should do. Freedom is not given. You should explain and let other person feel free. There have been many cases like that, the genuine trying to do good to spouse, and it produced negative results. The spouse thought the one on whom that love was was done, direction and dominance, feel dominated, feel suffocated, though all is with the care, and because there is attachment. And freedom is not thought. What other person will think. Other person has also intelligence to think. Just suggest. I think this will be good, but do whatever you like. You are free to choose. I have nothing to say. Here we have that thing that when attachment is there, we try to force as if other person doesn't know at all. In a spouse, both are of similar age, both are intelligent, both are working in the office. But somehow idea comes, oh, she has to be taken care of. If I am not there, if I do not advise, she will not be able to know. And he and she interconvertible. And she sometimes says, "Oh, my husband is very naive. He's very simple. Unless I tell him what to do, he will fail. He will be really disaster." Just like that idea. So the closest person Sri Krishna hits from here. Be detached from that. That's why be indifferent in the sense that not that you have less love, but no domination, no this thing in the name of care, nothing like that. And then he said, next he gives the apatya. After a spouse comes, but the children, those are the most dear person. There are also no attachments should be there. This until and unless we know the difference between the attachment and love, we'll all misinterpret this. Be indifferent to your children. What does it mean? Whatever children do, we don't guide them, we don't teach them anything. Not that. You love them, you want them to be good, but you are not attached to them. You don't want to make them according to your wish. Often we want our children to become what we could not become. Our wishes are not fulfilled. I couldn't become the mechanical engineer. I want my son to become mechanical engineer. So that type of thing. Why do you want to impose your wish on your son? So that is what is attachment thing. Trying to fulfill what you could not do yourself through your son, apatya. One extreme example that I said, but we often get attached in many ways. And love is giving freedom and yet guiding our children as they are young and trying to make them inculcate good habits. That is udasina. There is no doubt about that. But not becoming angry because what you told they could not do. Trying to find limitation of accepting by a child. He is growing, she is growing. They will know when the time comes. Try to inculcate that. Lot of patience to raise your children. It's very wonderful thing how parents raise their children. It's a great sacrifice, great effort that goes to raise their children. And after you raise the children, don't take the credit. That's a difficult part. Say by God's will it is done. They were so good, that's why they could do. Really, when we children become what really we want to give them culture, we want to give them character, and children get that, they listen to us and they become what we wanted to make them a good person, not the fulfilling of our desires in that way. Then it is really the quality of the children. If every children would not be like that. So because that was so special, your child is special. That's why he or she could take that. Credit goes to your child first. And for you, you are so lucky to have such a child in your family. And it was privilege for you to be associated and opportunity to as if training and all the things that you wanted to say and train and give the things for her or him was all given by that. You got all that from your parents, from your teachers. Be grateful to your parents and teachers that you have got those ideas that you could transfer or transmit or try to give to your children. So more of gratitude for your seniors from whom you got that, and to God who have given you such a child. So more of humility comes instead of arrogance. I taught that. Swami, he didn't become like that. I do you think he became like that? I had to teach him so much like that thing coming. So that will not be there. So after that comes griha, not attachment. So after we come now possessing the things after spouse and the children. To griha also indifferent, no attachment. You live in a house, nice house you are there. But to become attached to the house is when there is attachment, you know what happens? When need comes, you have become old, now you have to move from the house. You have to go to now condominium or old age home. You don't want to leave. Oh, Swami, I was here for so many years, so many guests have come, so many monks have come and guests here. How can I just go? It feels so bad. You really feel bad. Nothing that you do good should make you feel bad. You should be able to that. Everything has purpose in life, everything is temporary and everything changes. Till some time it gave me purpose. Now the time has changed. The body has become old. Now time has come to we have to move on from this life to next life if we want another life at all. Or eternal life, that's called mukti. Whatever you want. The time now there. So that wisdom comes through bhakti and through spirituality. You are not afraid. You are always ready for the changes in life that comes. Everything changes. Season changes. Then why should not our body change? And why should not our life will also existing for some time? And for everyone, it will be there. So house. Then comes a kshetra to the field. You have some position that also you are not attached. But you cultivate the thing but not attached. Then comes swajana. Then your relations. Those are also we get attached to relations. My wife's brother or my husband's sister. Many things can be there, very good from my friend. So no attachment. No attachment doesn't mean not loving the object. And Dravina Dishu, it gives a list of things that we are attached. And the wealth. Hmm? Wealth, we are so much attached to the wealth. No attachment. Indifferent to that. That is the word. This is Udasina. Udasina is a word that indifference is not that you don't care at all, but udasina is a thing that you give freedom, you care of those things, but you are not extremely attached and you do not feel that without that thing, your existence will not be there. Without this house, my existence will not be there. Without that field, when we put our existence constant attached with the thing that we love, that's called attachment. And udasina is breaking that sort of attachment, when we feel our existence is totally dependent on it. Udasina samam pasyan. You take everything everyone has with equal eye, equanimity. This samatva is great spiritual quality. And Swami Vivekananda writes in one of his photo, Samata sarva bhuteshu etan muktasya lakshanam. What is the sign of a spiritually living person? He treats everyone equally. Samata sarva bhuteshu. He says everywhere the reflection of God in all beings. And here Bhuta means any created being, whether living or non-living. Any created being called Bhuta. Samata sarva bhutesu with equal eye. An example, best example is Holy Mother. How she loved everyone as her child with all equality. Then considering everything whatsoever as equally, subserving his interest. That is what? Um, Sarveshu imam atmanaha artham iva manaha. And that is his own self-interest in particular thing is not there. Equally, he loves and treats all equally. This sort of growth of our love for everyone is the love of God. When we are able to love all, we have already grown in love for God. So, and that has to come through our spiritual practice. If our love is confined to a particular person or particular few persons and not to all, then it's not a spiritual progress. Sri Ramakrishna's beautiful saying about Daya and Maya. And Daya, though he says, here he says, what is the difference between Daya and Maya? You know, what is that? He asked. And then he himself explains. Daya is compassion and love for all. And Maya is love for only few. Then it is binding. You are bound to that. You are not free. You are unspiritual if you love only a set of things. If we love all equally, that is daya. More that is spiritual quality you are growing spiritually. So Sri Krishna, through his teachings, tries to take the humanity to spiritual practice. Try to practice these qualities, inculcate those qualities in life. Uddhava, you will not miss me when I have concluded my Naravila. I will not be here, but you will be enriched as if I am here. That is what is needed. The God will be there after that in the heart. So, thank you very much for being online and also some audience here. And now we conclude today's class with the closing chant. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padpadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhu. Good night to everyone.